Hey y'all, this is the beginning of the breakdown of the 1870 /87 Italian Vetterli. Uh, it started life as 1870, and I think they either modified it or they made new rifles with the box magazine. The 1870 may have had a slick bottom, and it was single shot. And I don't know if I could even order one from Royal Tiger for as good a price as this one. I don't remember if they even have them, but I really specifically wanted it because of this development. It is a repeater. The single shot weapons are okay too, but that's what drew me to that, and along with the price, $99. Uh, you know, I've not looked at parts, but I would venture a guess that just the bolt or the stock would probably cost you that. Uh, so let's look at the 1870 1887 Italian Vetterli. It does not have a front or rear sight. If anyone knows where I could get something that would work even close to looking like what it would have on it and look okay, comment, let me know. We'll get started with the breakdown. So we're back after I've broke it down, which was not easy. I guess for every, bunch of guns you have that are easy to break down, you have one that takes you a lot longer to have to, to get apart, and this was one of them. It is grimy, but that is not pitted too bad. It's not as dirty as underneath the wood as the French was. Very unique mechanisms. That's why I like all the different weapons. The stock cracked, but it has a dowel rod. I'm probably going to try to take that out. It's wedge cut there. Try to not tear it up no more than I have to. Glue this back and clamp it. I was going to put it in my cleaning solution, and I did, but I thought, well, I'll show you how it looks before I clean it up. The problem I had was getting this off. This one came out easy. This was a pain. I've put it on the end of this nut to keep hold of it or track it. It has a notch on one end and a notch on the other one, like a nut, and that's what's made for it. I do not have a span or bit that is wide enough for that. So I had this little gadgety wrench deal that's supposed to fit over various nut sizes, and yeah, it works, but I've used it enough that it's made of aluminum, I think, or some really cheap, lightweight metal, and it has ground those teeth down to where it don't catch the nut as good. But for that, it it fit on there, and I wedged it up on there, and I got enough bite that got it loose. So that was tough. To come to this one, you see what happened. Either a flaw in the metal or something weak there. Just snapped off. I got my flathead screwdriver down in there and twisting, and it snapped. So I started hunting for a screw. I can't find anything out there, Vetterli, that resembles that even. So in comes the Mosin Nagant nut or screw, and it was about that much longer, and I've taken and cut that off, and I've gotten lucky. Usually you have to file those and fix them. The way I saw that, it screws in there beautifully, and I'm hoping that the length that I have it will not bottom out before it gets to where it needs to go. But it goes up through there into here. Now, if it bottoms out, I will have to, as the saying goes, lick the calf over, and it's going to have to be cut down or ground down even more. But you can see the head is rounded on this one. I will take something. I don't have a bench grinder at this point, but I can lay a angle grinder down or put it in a vise or make it stationary and grind that down around it. Make it look original. But yeah, the length might be an issue, and there's not a lot of threads left. May have to find my die, if I have a die that will go on this one. I don't have a tap and die set, but let's hope it works. But that's the only thing I have that I can dig out of the parts bag or a box I got over there. That being said, if anyone has a complete, whole screw that fits the middle between the trigger guard and the magazine, please let me know. I will buy it. I'd rather have the right screw as a substitute, but we sometimes have to do what we have to. Everything else just needs some polishing. This swivel was broken, and I don't know what shape that swivel was supposed to be, but I took and bent those in to where it's like a loop, and I may just weld that and leave it as is. And it's a fairly short sling system. It goes right there. You can see all the length of the rest of the gun there. So they had their own design for sure. But yeah, it's just good and grimy underneath. Looks like plenty of markings to pick up on. I'll have to tell you more about them when I can see them better. What's that say right there? 1873. Tory. I know someone out there already knows. Annunzia. And I can't make it out. Tory Annunzian. Annunziana? Annunziava? Fill me in, anyone that knows what that should be. This one's I'll probably take a brass steel brush to it. I would love to have a buffing wheel or something on a bench grinder, but my old bench grinder is long since passed and the motor burned out on it. Or it just got to where it wouldn't turn on and work. So I have to find out other alternatives. I do have a brass wheel for a drill. Maybe I could set that up stationary. But there's the AOI, and I researched that is African Oriental Italiana. I think so. Not showing that I part. I forget. But I think the wood. I've not popped the trigger guard out. I'm hoping it'll come out easily. Maybe a keeper bushing right there. I'm going to leave that in. And I'll leave the nose cap on. Something very interesting right here. Does anyone have any idea on what that would be? Has someone taken a drill and drilled a series of holes for that for some reason? Or is that something a bee or a bug would have bored out? I have no idea. It's very odd. And, without taking wood putty and filling it in, I don't really, it's not a big concern, but it sure is different. You can see that metal cap's not even capped. It's just a band. Another big old bore. What's this? I think it's the same lines as the French. 10.4 maybe. Now that times number, I know a bunch of those. I don't think the French shot the same as the Italian, but anyway, there's the better breakdown of this one. The bolt come apart pretty easy. I'm very pleased to have a complete firing pin. It's going to take some polishing, but I'm not going to polish it up like new. Let's just hit the bad and the high spots and get rid of the old flaking and debris inside, and clean it up as good as we can by hand, and try not to use too many power tools on stuff. You can overdo it if you don't watch. I had to figure this out. I know it's got to be right there in the middle to where there's a notch that this bolt keeper will come up. Now I can't get it out, but it come up enough that the bolt come out. I like to have never figured that out because I'm new to the Vetterli. I had a Swiss Vetterli back when they were expensive and actually made some money on it, but I think I like the Italian better. It's more traditional, like what a receivered gun would be. But that's it for now. Join me again. I'll have the video of when I get it all back together and cleaned up. I've been splitting up these videos a little better. A lot of others I've put it all together, and it really just takes a lot of time to upload it. Shorter videos are better, and let's face it, a lot of people don't want to sit and watch a 20 and 30-minute video. They like about a 10-minute. So this will help you out with that too. But we'll go for now, and keep watching, and like my videos and subscribe, and all that good stuff.